In this module, let's learn about passive voice. What's passive voice? Let's see, children. For every action, there will be a doer of the action and a receiver of the action. If in a sentence, the doer is in the place of subject, we say that the sentence is in active voice. To the contrary, if the receiver is in the place of subject, we say that the sentence is in passive voice. Now let's see an example. See here, let's take an action, hit. The sentence is Sachin hit the ball. Here, who did the action? The action is hit. It is done by Sachin, that is, the doer is Sachin, and receiver of the action is the ball. Look at the left side of the screen in the bottom. Sachin hit the ball. The sentence is in simple past tense, so there is no helping verb. Subject Sachin, main verb hit, and the ball is object. Here, Sachin is doer, and doer is in the place of subject, and the receiver is in the place of the object in the sentence. The sentence is in active voice. And now look at the right side of the screen. The ball was hit by Sachin. Now, in the place of subject, we have receiver of the action, that is the ball. And doer is in the place of object. Sachin is in the place of the object in the sentence. So, the ball was hit by Sachin. We say that the sentence is in passive voice. And observe the changes that occur in the sentences, children. In active voice, there is no helping verb because it is in simple past tense. But in the passive voice, we have was in the place of helping verb. And in the place of object, before Sachin, by is added. The ball was hit by Sachin. Now let's learn when we use this passive voice. Generally, we use this passive voice in the following cases. When we want to highlight the receiver of the action. Sometimes, children, when we are talking about an action, we are not interested in who did that action, but who received the action. For example, look at this sentence. Indira Gandhi was assassinated by her bodyguards. Here the action is assassinate. Who did that assassination? Indira Gandhi's bodyguards, her bodyguards. Who received that action? Indira Gandhi. So Indira Gandhi is the receiver of the action, not doer of the action. But here we are interested in Indira Gandhi, not in bodyguards. Her bodyguards are not important for us. She is important for us because she was our Prime Minister. So we start the sentence with Indira Gandhi, that is the receiver of the action. When we place the receiver of the action under subject, we call it is in passive voice. Next example. When we don't know who did the action, sometimes some actions happen, but we don't know who did that action. My purse was stolen. Here action is stolen. Now I missed my purse. But who stole my purse? I don't know. But action happened definitely. I lost my purse. Here also I give priority to the receiver of the action. That's why I started the sentence with receiver of the action. My purse was stolen. Another use, when the mention of doer is not necessary. Sometimes only actions and to which that action is passed are important. Who does that action is not at all important. For example, tickets are sold here. Selling is the action here. What are sold? Tickets. Who sells the tickets? We are not at all bothered about who sells the tickets, but we are interested in tickets. In this type of situation also, we use passive voice. In the same way, smoking is prohibited. Here we should not smoke. That is more important. Who prohibited is not at all important. That's why we use passive voice to talk about this type of sentences. Now let's learn how to change a sentence into passive voice. First, the object of the active voice becomes the subject of the passive voice. Look at the first example. Ramu drinks coffee. Here action is drinks, doer is Ramu, coffee is of the receiver of the action. But in passive voice, coffee comes to the place of subject. The sentence starts with coffee. Coffee is drunk by Ramu. Next one, the verb will always be in the third form, that is past participle form of the verb. We always use past participle form of verb in all tenses, whatever the tense it may be. Even in the continuous tenses in passive voice, we don't use present participle, that is the V1 plus ing, we use only past participle form. Look at this example. Sita is writing a letter. This is an active voice. If we change it into passive voice, a letter is being written by Sita. So writing became written. Next rule, be form is placed before the verb. In active voice, we use be form only in the continuous tenses. But in passive voice, be form is a must and it should be placed before the verb. Sachin plays cricket. Here verb is play. As Sachin is third person singular, in simple present tense, we add s to the base form of the verb. So Sachin plays cricket. Now if you want to change it to passive voice, cricket is played by Sachin. So before play, is added. Next, by plus doer is placed after the verb. Generally after the verb, we write object. But in passive voice, generally we write by before the object. Ramu teaches English. So if we change it to passive voice, English is taught by Ramu. Ramu came to object place and before Ramu, by is added. And one more rule, by plus doer can be left if we do not know the doer or if it is not necessary to mention the doer. For example, see, police arrested the thief. Active voice. The thief was arrested. Enough. We need not write by police. Why? The action arrest can be done only by police. Teachers, doctors cannot arrest thieves. So mention of the doer is not necessary here. It is understood. In such cases also, we can omit by plus doer after the verb. Now look at some examples. Active voice and passive voice. Comparison table is given here, children. Tense wise, how the sentences are transformed from active voice to passive voice. First one, Lata sings songs. It's in present simple tense. If we change to passive voice, songs come this side, songs come to subject place. Songs are sung by Lata. So here, are is added extra. That means be form is added before the verb and verb is in the V3 form, past participle form. Here, Lata sings songs. Passive voice, songs are sung by Lata. Next one, Lata sang songs. Simple past tense. Songs were sung by Lata. B form also changed accordingly to past tense. Lata will sing songs. Songs will be sung by Lata. Already we discussed that there should be a be form before the verb. That's why we added this be. After modal helping verbs, we use that original be form, be. Songs will be sung by Lata. Next one, Lata is singing songs. Present continuous tense. Here, songs are being sung by Lata. Singing has become sung. Next, Lata was singing songs. Songs were being sung by Lata. Lata will be singing songs. No passive voice for this sentence. Future continuous tense doesn't have passive form because original be form is already used in the active voice itself. Next one, Lata has sung songs. Present perfect tense. Songs have been sung by Lata. Lata had sung songs. Songs had been sung by Lata. Lata will have sung songs. Future perfect tense. Songs will have been sung by Lata. So one, observe the children. Main verb in active voice and passive voice. In active voice, we have main verb in different forms like sings, sang, sing, singing, sung, like that. Coming to passive voice, look at the main verb. In all sentences, it is same, sung. Past participle form of the verb sing. Here are some exemptions we have to note. Generally, we say by plus doer, but sometimes we should not use that by. This we should learn and remember carefully. Children, see, my answer satisfied my teacher. Here, subject is my answer, object is my teacher. But when we write it in passive voice, my teacher was satisfied with my answer. We should not say by my answer. So we have to remember here that by is not used in some cases. His behavior surprised me. I was surprised at his behavior, not by his behavior. In the same way, her response pleased me. I was pleased with her response. This jug contains cold water. Cold water is contained in this jug. So these are the exemption for that rule. By plus doer is placed after the verb. We should not always say by plus doer. In some cases,